Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready to proceed with the ceremony. Would you please rise? Please welcome Mr. Sidney Crosby, recipient of the Order of Nova Scotia. The Honourable Darrell Dexter, Premier of Nova Scotia. Her Honour, the Honourable Mayann Francis, Lieutenant Governor of Nova Scotia and Chancellor of the Order of Nova Scotia. Please be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Colleen MacDonald. I am the Chief of Protocol for the Province of Nova Scotia and Secretary to the Order of Nova Scotia. I will be your Master of Ceremonies for today's proceedings. On behalf of Her Honour, the Honourable Mayann Francis, Lieutenant Governor of Nova Scotia, and the Honourable Darrell Dexter, Premier of Nova Scotia, I would like to welcome you to this historic building to witness the investiture ceremony of the first youth recipient of the Order of Nova Scotia, Mr. Sidney Patrick Crosby. Following the reading of the citation, I would ask Her Honour to invest Mr. Crosby into the Order of Nova Scotia. I would now like to call upon Sidney Crosby of Cole Harbour to come forward. Rarely has there been such a positive and influential role model for young people in Nova Scotia as Sidney Crosby. At 22 years old, he is the captain of the Pittsburgh Penguins of the National Hockey League. He was the first pick of the 2005 NHL entry draft and was one of the most highly regarded draft picks in hockey history. His path to success was evident while growing up in Cole Harbour, playing for Team Canada in the World Junior Hockey Championships at only 16 years of age. By his second season in the NHL, he led the league with 120 points, 36 goals, and 84 assists to capture the Art Ross Trophy and become the youngest player and only teenager to win a scoring title in any major North American sports league. That same season, he won the Hart Trophy as the league's most valuable player as determined by the Professional Hockey Writers Association, and the Lester B. Pearson Award as the most valuable player determined by the NHL Players Association. On May 31st, 2007, he made NHL history by becoming the youngest team captain. In that same year, he was nominated by Time magazine as one of the 100 most influential people of the year. Sidney has been a positive role model to countless young people, not only throughout Nova Scotia, but throughout the hockey world. He has never forgotten his roots and returns often to offer encouragement and support to the youth of his community, as demonstrated earlier this month when he brought the coveted Stanley Cup to his hometown and shared it with our military and their families and with the sick children at the IWK Health Centre. Winning the Stanley Cup is the dream of every young hockey player in Canada. Sharing it with others, especially his Nova Scotia family, both young and old, tells a story of a young man who cares about the community that has supported him throughout his young career. Sidney Crosby has exemplified what we as Nova Scotians want for our young people. Looking beyond his outstanding athletic ability, performances, and achievements, there is a person of humble, honest, and hard-working qualities that epitomizes our great province and the characteristics of our people. Sidney Crosby has made history in the hockey world. Today, he makes history as the first youth recipient of the Order of Nova Scotia. Your Honor, may I present Sidney Patrick Crosby.
Please present you with this honoration of your award. Thank you. And congratulate you.
May I ask the recipient to please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce Mr. Sidney Crosby, first youth recipient of the Order of Nova Scotia. I would now call upon Her Honour, the Honourable Mayann Francis, Lieutenant Governor of Nova Scotia and Chancellor of the Order of Nova Scotia, for remarks.
Premier Dexter, honored recipient, Mr. Younger, Ms. Casey, Mr. Cadet, Mr. Savage, Sister Dorothy Moore, family members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. As the Queen's representative in Nova Scotia and as Chancellor of the Order of Nova Scotia, I'm delighted to be here today to recognize and celebrate the achievements and contributions of one of our most internationally recognized Native sons. The Order of Nova Scotia is the highest honor our province can bestow upon a citizen. It exemplifies what it means to be an outstanding contributor to the life and being of our province. Honors in Canada are a tangible way in which the Crown, on behalf of the people of a particular jurisdiction, recognizes those who strive to give us positive notoriety and who ultimately make our country a better place to live. Today we recognized one of the most outstanding young people in our country, Sidney Crosby. He is invested with the insignia of the Order of Nova Scotia, joining an array of